Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight.
But those who worship evil's might,
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Corps. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And most importantly this week, number one Hal Jordan fanboy, Mr. Will Allred, because we're covering the wanted Hal Jordan arc from Green Lantern 14 through 17.
Good issues. Good issues.
So I said, I read this. When I read this, I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk to him about this.
Lots of good stuff in there. I mean, a whole lot of good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Traumatic events, yeah.
Yeah, lots of trauma and, ring slinging and, cool stuff.
Yeah. But, yeah, like we said, I think we said it last episode, yeah. But, again, you'll hear this the week after the last one. But, yeah, we're recording 2 days after the last episode because, yeah, last week we didn't record. So, yeah,
catch up.
No new news. Well, yes, but no new news. So, because it's only it's only been 2 days. But I know we haven't talked about lately. Are you caught up on Strange New Worlds?
Just watched the latest episode.
Oh, you watched today's episode? I just watched it. I just watched it too. With another appearance by a certain future captain.
Yes. I think he's kind of growing on me.
Yeah, he is. Me too. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good episode. I mean, this season seems to be more personal stories about each of the crew, which I mean, it's interesting and good. But what are we up to now? This
was episode 6 of this season. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only 4 episodes left. So I think, spoilers, if you don't want to hear this, you probably want to stop. But they're building up the Gorn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, which I think they're also, I feel like they're rehabilitating Kirk a little bit because, he is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And he's more than just, chasing green women around. But if you think about him, so you see the Gorn in Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that he defeated one of them, with a gun he made, but still, he defeated a Gorn. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I get it now. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I mean, again, not big spot. I mean, it was a 2-second thing, but spoiler, we get the first meeting of Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock.
That's right. Absolutely. And the first meeting of Uhura and
and Kirk. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I was telling Stace, it's like, okay, that's 3. So there's Chekhov, Sulu, Scotty, and Bones left to have the crew of the Enterprise.
What's the name? There was some actor, I guess. Was it his birthday or something? I think they said he just passed away a year or 2 ago. He was like in his early 80s or something. But like, he was like, I don't know if he was like a background guy on the original series, but he was like one of the only red shirts to actually live. But like, it's so funny. But it's like, under mind control, he like mutinied at least twice. He was the guy. He was the background guy driving the truck when it hit Joan Collins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I forget the gentleman's name, but yeah, they're like, yeah, he was around. He was around, and then did he get sick or something? And like he like kind of dropped out in season 3, and then I guess I'm trying to remember if he said he came back before the end, but yeah, supposedly he said he lost a lot of like Hollywood work, I guess, because he was on Star Trek. I don't know.
It's weird to think that, huh?
I know, back then they're probably like, it's a little show the last couple years, which originally it only lasted 3 years, but
3
then
years, yeah. But then movies, and now how many
very
series?
various spin-offs. I know, just like 3 or 4 in the '90s, and that's not
Yep.
counting now.
Yep, absolutely. Pretty incredible.
Mhm. But yeah, I think Strange New Worlds is. I mean, I hate to say it, is because I love Picard and stuff, but I think Strange New Worlds is like the best of like the modern
Correct.
we've
Yeah.
got the last couple of years. Yeah.
Oh, did you see the trailer for the next episode?
No.
Lower Decks. 2 people from Lower Decks. The voice
Oh
actors from Lower Decks.
Oh yeah. I did see some stills. Yeah.
I think I watched the first episode of Lower Decks.
Yeah.
It's too choppy for me. It's like, gag, 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 gag. There's just so much comedy
Yeah.
in it. I just couldn't
Like, I know
keep
the
up.
last season, I can't watch it week to week. I have to let it build. I have to let that one build
Mhm.
up and just kind of build up my tolerance. But I mean, it's Jack Quaid and what's her face? But they're the actual voice actors for those
Yeah.
characters. So yeah,
hmm
so that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
There was a point where Picard was talking to him. He goes, "In program, computer in program." What?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird because I mean that is like a very like comedic show, Lower Deck. So it's kind of weird how they're gonna like.
Well, they could do comedy. I mean, there was a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, it had a lot of heart, but when Spock was turned human, that had some pretty funny moments.
Last week, yeah,
Yeah.
picking up the pot. I thought he was even funnier this week with her. He's just like they're playing chess. Your move.
Your
Is there a
move.
relationship? Is there a relationship here? Your move.
Your move. Your move.
Am I wrong that is the polite way of saying, "Come on and take your turn already"?
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was interesting too that they had Kirk say, "Oh, you better watch out." He was like, this many steps before you got interrupted being
Checkmate.
in
Yeah.
check. Yeah. Which is, it brings back that, he and Spock played a lot in the original series.
Yes. But yeah, no, I thought the story. Yeah, there've been some good stories, and then yeah. Oh, what's her face in that one episode with the alternate timeline, Kirk?
Yes.
It was interesting. So we kind of got a glimpse of this Kirk being, a version of a captain of the Enterprise.
Yeah. Yep. It was. Yeah, this was, and he had just been made lieutenant in this one, so
Yes, the first officer of which was
youngest, Farragut, I think.
Farragut.
Farragut,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah, it is I love Picard. You're right. I love Discovery. I thought season 2 of Discovery was awesome, but I think Strange New Worlds is better than all of them, and it's my favorite too. So although Picard season 3 I thought was really good and strong, there's some Strange New Worlds it's just so good.
I mean, I was thinking this. I mean, again, take this with a grain of salt because I've always felt that Trek was better, but I'm just like, I think Trek is nailing the prequels better than Star Wars does.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah, because with Discovery, now I'm still curious if we're gonna get the Michelle Yeoh series. The
Oh yeah, the what was that section? Yeah,
whatever the number, section 23 or 43 or whatever the number is.
last I knew, I didn't think they had canceled that or anything. So
Yeah.
but again, I mean, right now, it's just with that writer strike, everything's gonna probably.
Oh yeah.
What Lilith keeps saying is she's like 2024 is not going to look good TV wise. It's going to be a lot of reality shows and
or reruns.
Yeah. Time to catch up on stuff.
That's right. Oh, so everything going all right on your end, man?
Yeah. Everything good there?
It is. It was a good day. I got to read some Green Lantern, so that's always a good day, right?
That's right. Read more comics, kids. Read
Read more
anything. You know what?
comics.
That's what I mean. I'm a big proponent of reading comics, but again, I think the world would be a much better place if everyone read a little more.
Yeah, books, comics, magazines, kids' books, board books, you name it.
Read the back of a cereal box if it gets you, if it, maybe stirs a thought in your head, but just read something.
Exactly.
All right. What is this, a Guy Gardner week? Come on.
Not today.
Oh, no. All right, should we get to these? I have synopses for all these issues.
All right, let's hop into them because
Yeah.
there's good stuff in here. Lots of good stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll start our first of 2 weeks in a row of Hal Jordan, kids. All right, so yes, Wanted Hal Jordan starts in Green Lantern Volume 4, number 14 from September 2006. Yes, Wanted Hal Jordan, Part 1 of 4. Writer.
I lose. Oh,
What? Hello?
am I freezing or are you freezing, Phil?
No, I can see and hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was me going offline or.
Okay.
Okay. I can see you and hear you now, so we're all good.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, Wanted Hal Jordan, Part 1 of 4. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Ivan Reyes, inker Eau Claire Albert, colorist Moose Bauman, letterer Rob Lee, and editors Peter Tomasi and Michael Sigling. This issue opens with a dream of when Hal Jordan first met Amon Sur and became the first Green Lantern of Earth. Alan Scott. Suddenly, I know, first official.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
That was worth it.
yeah. Suddenly, Amon attacks Jordan, declaring him unworthy of the ring and that he abandoned the ring when he needed it the most. The dream then jumps to Hal in an F-22. He was on a bombing run in Chechnya on terrorists who attacked a U.S. battleship and killed 72 sailors. He was shot down with Jillian Cowgirl Perlman and Shane Rocketman Sellers and was a prisoner of war for a very long time. Hal eventually escaped with Shane and Jillian, and they were rescued and returned to the United States. Hal wakes up from the nightmare. Instead of going to the psychiatrist that they were ordered to see, the three pilots go to Poncho's bar for drinks. A day later, Hal is told that Cowgirl went on a mission to get back at the terrorists, and they lost contact with her after she was shot down again. Hal then goes to his locker, takes out his ring and power battery, recites the Green Lantern oath, and flies off towards Russia. The Rocket Red Brigade notices an unidentified object within their borders, and they find out that it's Green Lantern. Hal finds Jillian's plane and finds tracks that lead him to the terrorist camp, which he attacks and destroys. He searches for Cowgirl, but she is not to be found. Hal is shot in the head, but a force field protects him. Hal interrogates the leader as to where the girl is, when the leader and the other terrorists are destroyed by a blast from the Global Guardians. They attack him while the Rocket Red Brigade heads towards the battlefield. Back at the crash site, a bounty hunter named Hunger Dog lets keep an eye on him, lets his benefactor Lorag know that he is on Green Lantern's trail. He is told that other bounty hunters are also after the Lantern. Lorag tells the news to his master, the son of Amon Sur, Amon Sur. He's back.
Absolutely.
He's back, kids. All right, so I mean, Hal was probably all mad enough at these guys, just for being held as a prisoner of war, and now they might have Cowgirl again. But I mean, you shoot a man in the head and he survives, he's going to be pretty mad at you.
As evidenced by Amon Sur.
Force field or not? Yes.
They do bring that up, which I thought was
Yes.
nice in the later issue here.
Mm-hmm.
But this is pretty good, and it I thought it was interesting that Johns took the tack of, going back to that first, encounter with Amon Sur because
Yeah.
it's so fundamental to Hal. But then also Jeremy Adams did the same thing in Night Terrors, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went back to that point too. I mean, he went further back to first start the issue in Night Terrors, but still that meeting with Amon Sur is up for reinterpretation, especially in the Nightmare.
Did someone read the issue?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard about it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it doesn't start with Amon Sur, but yeah, I mean, it starts with Hal's childhood. So, but oh yeah. I mean, again, that whole Amon Sur thing's a big deal. I mean,
yeah, it's the beginning of the story.
I mean, at least in my mind, I mean, that moment and the whole Barry Allen thing starts the Silver Age.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep. Striking himself with lightning. Sorry.
He's not the Lightning anymore. Not since we got a Speed Force.
That's right. You're right.
But no, I mean, this is a good issue, and they kind of explained it. It's like, oh yeah, the Justice League wasn't even looking for him because they figured he was off in space or doing something.
Yeah, exactly. And then I thought it was interesting too that everybody, he says everybody came and said, look, we're sorry, we would have come for you, but except Ollie said you should have worn the ring. Should have worn the ring.
So you're telling me no one in the Green Lantern Corps was like, hey, where's Jordan at?
Yeah.
Because how long were they supposed to be held prisoner? It was a couple months, and
It was a couple months. Yeah, I think it was a couple months.
I mean, again, I mean, it's a small plot hole, but I'm just like the Guardians. I mean, the Guardians are always interrupting stuff, as we saw last week and everything. And I'm just like, no Guardians coming, looking to assign Hal Jordan a task, or are they just like, oh yeah, he keeps his own hours.
He's being quiet. Let's leave him alone because he always screws things up, right?
He's not starting any intergalactic incidents. So yeah, let's just let sleeping dogs lay.
Let's call that a win and let's move on.
We have enough problems keeping Lantern Gardner in line.
Exactly. Or keep an eye on, away from his mom, while she's dying. Yeah, good times.
Yeah. But no, a good start. And then, I mean, we get Rocket Reds, we get the Global Guardians. Who are Crimson Fox, Freedom Beast, Gloss, Jet, Manticore, Sandstorm, and Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, that's a lot of the Global Guardians.
Which I forget, is it next issue maybe? But I know at one point Hal even mentions like he was on a Justice League team with Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, and Crimson Fox too, I think.
Yes, or at least a version of Crimson Fox, because this seems to be a new version. Well, the first one was twins, wasn't it? Or at least for a while.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. But then well, it'll be revealed in coming issues why the Global Guardians are going so hard and killing people.
Yes, because the Crimson Fox we'll see here is like the third. It says it's the third Crimson Fox. So. Oh, I guess they never explained what because she says she has I don't know. She has some kind of relationship with the previous versions.
I don't know.
Vivian and Constance Diamaris. I guess they've never explained it. So.
We could be looking at another crisis now.
Crisis on Infinite Foxes.
Yeah. Or Superboy Prime's punching stuff again. Who knows?
All right. So, any other
next issue?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the covers on these are so good too. I mean.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Just Hal in the snow on that first cover.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
hardcover. So
Oh Lord, how many versions of this arc do you have?
I think I've got the original issues and this one. I think that's okay. No, it's in the omnibus. So that's 3 versions. I think that's it, though. I think that's it.
Jeez. Yeah, I have the original. I just have the original issues, and again, kids, this is on DC Universe Infinite. So, all right. So let's get to part 2, kids.
Part 2.
All right, Green Lantern number 15 from December 2006. One in Hal Jordan, Chapter 2. Looks like the same team. At Sector 3601, one of the Guardians, laying some seeds for future stuff here, Karen. At Sector 3601, one of the Guardians of the Universe finds the mechanical skull of Hank Henshaw, the cyborg Superman. The Guardian says that his presence is requested by the other Guardians, who demand to know all he has learned in Sector 3601 and what he knows about the 52.
What could that be? Does it involve the bleed, perhaps?
Maybe. Yeah, didn't a certain bad boy who brought down the Corps follow Cyborg Superman to an alternate universe, or they ran afoul of
The
Thanos
Silver Surfer?
at some
Yeah.
point? Thanos,
I wonder who that would be.
Who's that bad boy that brings down the whole organization?
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
That might be him. Maybe
that's why the Guardians are like, yeah, he's been quiet for a couple months. Yeah, just let him go.
Yeah, let's just let it go. Let it
The
go.
organization's running smoothly. Let's let Hal fights the global Guardians in Russia. The new Crimson Fox uses her pheromone powers on him, but it doesn't work as Hal is more concerned about Jillian Cowgirl Perlman. Then they hear voices inside their heads. It turns out that the global Guardians were sent by the Faceless Hunters, who are hired by Amon Sur. The Hunters then capture the Green Lantern and inform Amon. Meanwhile, in Salisbury, England, a couple of hikers by Stonehenge notice a glowing violet gem on the ground. Stay tuned for next week, kids. The gem then attaches itself to the female, transforms her into a star sapphire, and kills her male friend. Apparently, the star sapphire gem is searching for Green Lantern. And as we know, Hal Jordan's history with the females of the species is not complicated at all.
No, not at all.
Somewhere,
only a lot.
I shouldn't say of our species. I mean, he's if you're a female from any planet, yeah. Somewhere in Russia, Cowgirl has been captured by Chechnyan terrorists. She then grabs the steering wheel, crashes the truck into a tree, and escapes her captors. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Meanwhile, in the antimatter universe, planet of Quard, the Weaponers are working on creating yellow power rings.
And it looks like they're creating a giant yellow central power battery as well. In that first. Wonder what that could be for.
One of them talks about revolting against Sinestro when he is beheaded by Arkilla, who then orders the rings to be activated and sent into the positive matter universe to find sentient beings.
And one of those sectors
281
is 2814.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stay tuned, kids. Is it next issue or the one after? Yeah, there's a certain character you have never heard of is going to get offered a ring, kids.
Yeah.
But wait till we get there. Back in Russia, the Faceless Hunters and the Global Guardians take Hal to their spaceship when they are attacked by the Rocket Red Brigade, who want to arrest Green Lantern for his multiple incursions into Russian territory. Hal fights them, but is shot from behind. He turns around and sees the Justice League and Alan Scott. There's a cliffhanger for you kids. All right. So thoughts, William?
A really good issue.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're jumping around a little bit, but we've got everything up in the air: the Global Guardians, the Rocket Reds, the Justice League, Alan Scott, and Antimatter Universe Accord. Lots of stuff going on, which gets paid off in the next issue and the following issue.
Oh yeah. And those yellow rings are going to get paid off in a few weeks here, kids.
Yeah, a lot.
Next month and every month go forward in perpetuity.
Exactly.
All right. So let's get to part 3 here. Hold on. Lost the link. All right. There we go. Green Lantern number 16, February 2007. Wanted Hal Jordan chapter 3. Once again, same creative team. The Justice League fights the Rocket Red Brigade. The League wants to escort Hal Jordan out of Russia. The Brigade wants to arrest him for illegally and repeatedly entering their country. During the fight, the League decides to evacuate the unconscious Global Guardians as well. Hal refuses to explain to his teammates what is happening and tries to fly away. No. However, Alan Scott intercepts and demands an explanation. Hal says that his friend is lost and he needs to find her. He asks Alan to bring the Global Guardians to Martian Manhunter to undo their brainwashing and use Checkmate to clear Hal of their murder accusations. Amon Sur attacks Edwards Air Force Base and finds his father's ship. Cowgirl falls into an icy lake while fleeing from a soldier. Hal rescues her, but is then attacked by Dominator bounty hunters. Hunger Dog arrives and incapacitates everyone. He contacts Lorag to inform him that he's captured Hal and receives information about the employer's drop-off point. Hal awakes in the desert with Amon Sur pointing a gun at him. Amon Sur tells Hal to show him Amon Sur's grave. So, oh yeah, in the next issue we'll get that explanation of like how did Amon Sur survive that pesky guy getting shot in the head?
Yeah. Biology. I do like. I mean, I thought this had a really good cliffhanger because Hunger Dog's there, and kill the woman. So they leave that as a cliffhanger, and we've got all of the JLA's doing a lot of the cleanup and stuff. And it was interesting that when the JLA shows up, Hal talks about how Superman usually winks at him when they go, 'cause he's not happy now though. And Wonder Woman has got a sense of humor now.
Yeah.
There was a vote. A vote? Gotcha.
Wink from Superman. Oh, that bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was a really good issue. And then, it pays off a lot of stuff in the next issue.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. So Alan doesn't have an eye patch in this issue, does he?
I was going to ask you about that. Why is that?
I was going to say, was that supposed to be in that year of 52? But no, he had it in the Ion book, and that's supposed to be after that whole 1 year later thing. So
Yeah, what was the date of this issue?
this was the cover date on this one was February 2007.
What was the date of Ion?
Hold on. Let me check my notes here.
Ion 12.
I'll check my show notes for last episode because I always put the dates down. So, Ion May 2007 was Ion 12.
Okay, so it was 3 months later.
Yeah,
Maybe it hadn't happened yet.
I can't remember when it happened. Yeah,
I don't either.
I thought it was during that year, but I can't. It's been so long. Or did it happen in JSA? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
You
I
would,
mean, it's.
you would think if anyone knew it was Jeff Johns, because wasn't he still writing Was he still writing JSA at this point?
I think he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, so shouldn't he be like the expert on Alan Scott, unless Ron Mars got his dates confused or something?
I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to assume that it's
Or-
all good. It's all good.
Or
All good.
unless the optometrist just told Alan to wear that patch a couple hours every day or something.
Yeah. Maybe that might. Let's go with that. I like that one.
You see how mad I am at you, Hal? I took my patch off.
I took the patch off.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff going on here. I mean, again, we've seen Amon Sur, but we saw the whole last issue, the Guardians picking up what's left of Hank Henshaw, and
Yeah.
something big's going on in Quard, kids.
And in the next arc with what is that? It's the Zamarin arc with Star Sapphire.
Oh yeah,
It's-
that's got a fancy name too. Hold on.
Yeah.
That starts in 18. It is Mystery of the Star Sapphire.
Yeah. I mean that the end of that kicks everything off because
Oh,
that
yeah.
last page of that. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
So it's coming quick, kids.
Yeah. It is coming.
All right. Should we do the last one so then we can talk this whole thing out?
You bet. Let's do it.
All right, Green Lantern number 17. Whoa. So I can't remember. I guess they were delayed because last issue was February. This is April, so
Okay. Yeah.
we must have missed March. So yeah, April 2007. Wanted Hal Jordan chapter 4. I was gonna say same team, but looks like Ivan Reyes joins Eau Claire Albert on the ink. So
Oh, okay.
Ivan Reyes is at least inking some of his stuff. So
That's cool.
oh yeah. All right. Hold on, I gotta get a certain button ready. All right. In Gotham City,
Batman, my favorite character.
is fighting a couple of criminals. I love how the Justice League's riding the Hal's rescue. Batman's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
All right, so sorry. In Gotham City,
Batman, my favorite character.
is fighting a couple of criminals while talking to the Justice League. Martian Manhunter is fixing the brains of the global Guardians who were under the control of the Faceless Hunters. Superman says that Alan Scott is using his connections with Checkmate to drop the charges laid against Hal Jordan, though the Rocket Red Brigade still seeks his arrest. Batman ends the conversation just as he ties up the criminals and the police arrive. On a rooftop, Batman hears a voice tell him that he has the ability to instill great fear. The voice is a yellow power ring. Which attaches itself to Batman's hand and welcomes him to the Sinestro Corps. However, Batman's willpower and previous exposure to a Green Lantern ring.
Yep.
Remember issue 9, kids? I do. Makes the ring reject him. It continues its search for a sentient being within Sector 2814, with Batman wondering what just happened. Back in the desert, Amon Sur continues to question Hal about where his father is buried. He chides Hal for not showing the ring respect, while it means everything to Amon Sur. He tells of how his father left their home planet of Ungara before knowing that Amon's mother was pregnant. Years after his death, the Green Lantern Corps finally arrived and notified them. Amon resented living in his father's shadow, but then went out to make his own name as part of the Black Circle crime syndicates.
Not the same thing, though. Really?
No.
I think he kind of missed the point.
That's like my father. That's like my father was like, like a huge, like a big deal cop or like a war hero. It's like, I know what I'll do. I'll join the mob.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll work my way up in the mob. It's like, I don't think that's how that works. He was stopped by the Green Lantern at that time, Kal Rayner.
Yep.
And when they had their next confrontation, his head was blown off. Lucky for Amon, Ungarians are not as vulnerable to cranial injury as humans. Again, maybe that's why he joined the Black Circle, to try to get out of his father's shadow. Well, if his brain's not in his head.
Good point.
Hal was then taken further into the desert, and he takes Amon to the site where he buried Amon Sur. Amon then proceeds to blast it, showing the skeleton of the former Green Lantern of Sector 2814. Amon blames the Green Lantern Corps for his father's absence and for what he became. Hal challenges Amon to shoot him, calling him a coward because he sent bounty hunters first, and his hand is shaking now. Amon knocks down Hal and shoots him, but Hunger Dog comes in the way and deflects the shot. Here we go, kids. Hunger Dog then transforms and reveals he is Hal's partner, John Stewart. He destroys Amon's gun and attacks the aliens, but Hal wants to face Amon on his own. A rock from the top of the mountain breaks off and heads toward them, but John stops it from falling. Then it shatters as the yellow power ring that earlier attached itself to Batman selects Amon Sur and welcomes him into the Sinestro Corps. Amon then attacks the Green Lanterns, but his ring tells him that he will be subjected to psychological and physical reconditioning. He tries to resist, and it teleports him away. On Ungara, Hal is at the monument dedicated to Amon Sur and apologizes for not bringing him back to his home a long time ago. Back at Edwards Air Force Base, the Justice League and Global Guardians are helping to rebuild the base after it was attacked by Amon Sur. In the infirmary, Green Lantern apologizes to Cowgirl, saying that he should have been at the base and could have protected the people guarding it. He's about to leave when Cowgirl calls him Hal, revealing that she knows his secret identity. Meanwhile, on the outskirts of Coast City, a sign for Ferris aircraft is destroyed as the Star Sapphire seeks out Hal and who he desires. So that's a pretty ambitious plan. Star Sapphire is going to kill like every woman between like 21 and 30, I guess.
Maybe 35.
True. I can see it. I was like young cougars. I don't care.
I thought this was a good issue. Really good. It's a really good arc. I mean, it gets at what they set up for the 1 year later stuff.
Yeah.
Which was back in issue 12, I guess.
Yeah.
11 or 12,
or was it 10?
It had been 10. I don't remember. But we've not seen the last of Amon Sur.
No.
And
we haven't seen the last of those yellow power rings.
No, we have not. And in fact, that's at the we start getting other color of rings besides just yellow and green. There's going to be some red. There won't be any orange rings, although there are lots of them. They're just all in one place. So
indigo and
and that's.
And by the end of the year, we're going to get into black rings, kids.
Yeah, and eventually a white ring.
Mm-hmm.
But did I think it probably happened after I had to stop reading Green Lantern for a while. But did they ever get into the Indigo Tribe? Did they dive deep into them? Because they've always been kind of mysterious, and I don't remember much about them.
I feel like there was a story about them. I can't remember how much. It's been years since I read any of these. I feel like they said something about the tribe, but I can't remember how deep they went into it. I guess we'll find out. But I can't remember at what point.
Well, and it is kind of topical because Amon Sur is the one who founded the Indigo Tribe, for lack of a better term, and so it's. This story was really good because it tied everything back to
Mhm.
Hal's origin, what he's going on, and because of who he is, he of course he doesn't fly with the ring. He just doesn't.
And it bit him in the butt.
It did, but he's true to himself, right?
And I love just like the little like details, like writers like Jeff Johns and like Mark Waid's like this too. It's like where you pull out. It's like, well, yeah. Once Hal figured out all the tricks with that ring, why wouldn't you take Amon Sur's remains either to his home planet or to Oa?
Or to Oa, yeah, exactly. And that was a nice touch. Yeah, he should have done this a long time ago. But
Don't you think the Guardians would kind of demand that? Be like, oh yeah, there's an extraterrestrial buried in the desert where someone can find him.
like his son, who had his head blown off.
I mean, did it seem like he was just buried? Because I think it was like it was pre-crisis. Like it was like right when John took over for Hal. Was that around that era? And it's like I think
170s, 180s, somewhere in there.
yeah. I think and Hal went to like visit Amon's grave, and I think he even mentions because I think isn't it in the original showcase issue where like basically he buries Amon like dropping a mountain on him or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that did look like a mountain. He was blasting.
Well, it's.
But again, that was pre-crisis. So
Yeah, so who knows? But we got to see a flashback of Amon Sur getting his head blown off, and it had the female Guardian,
Yes.
who was the young one but was artificially aged. I cannot remember her name.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forget her name too. Was it Leanne or didn't it start with an L or something?
I don't
Or
remember.
Lila? Yeah, but I love how she's in that flashback panel, but we don't mention her.
No, not at all. And we don't see her again that I know of, right?
I don't think. Yeah, unless. Hold on, I'm gonna look this back up. But
Was she in like 176 of Green Lantern? Was that the one right before
but I love how there's
Ron Mars came back?
I love how there's like no explanation where it's like, yeah, what happened to her? Did she like morph into one of those one of the Guardians as we know them now and stuff? But it's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just we don't know, right? I mean, it's just that's what it is.
oh yeah, I'm looking up Green Lantern 175. Oh yeah, the colors in the letter I think are the same. So it's yeah, Liana, Lianna.
Okay. All right, let's look her up and see if she appeared anywhere else.
I swear we did this when we covered that art. 1 year later. 1 year later, Leanna was later spirited away from Ganthet's manipulations by Mother Zed, one of the Zamorons, and Leanna has been a member of a holy order. It is revealed that the source of her transformation to a full-sized adult is a gem called a Heartstone, a fragment of the power that created the universe itself. However, Lady Styx sought the Heartstone and others like it to remake the cosmos in her image and unleash the warriors of the Spider Guild of Vega to retrieve them. As a result of the fight against the Spider Guild, Mother Zed was killed. After the death of Mother Zed, Leanna joined forces with the Omega Men and eventually became a member of the team. I'm thinking that's like later on, like when I haven't read it, but there is an Omega Man series with Cal in it. Because I remember Lo saying how much she liked it.
Yeah, Omega Man Volume 2, number 1. Maybe that's it.
That might be. Yeah. Here, let me see.
But I was surprised to see her in that panel going, "Hey, I know who that is."
Exactly. Oh no, this might not be the Omega Men I was thinking about because it's saying Omega Men Volume 2, number 1 is December 2006.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing her in the. I'm not seeing her in the solicit for the first issue, so I don't know. Just trying to see where the Omega Men find her or whatever.
Huh. Yeah, weird.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out about that at some point in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, so she kind of gets shuffled off to the Omega Men.
Uh-huh. Which
I
is
mean,
interesting.
that sounds. I mean, again, it sounds harsh, but that does sound like the Guardians. It's like, oh yeah, you're kind of a mutant to us. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, go away.
Scram, you're all part of the plan. Scram.
Yeah. Book of Oa says you need to go over there. Go over there.
Or we don't see you in the Book of Oa. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, and it's we also have Final Crisis bearing down on us too, right?
Oh yeah.
So we got that with Ion, which
Mhm.
was in May, right? Was it in May?
Yeah.
So that's bearing down. We've got Sinestro Corps War coming. With Final Crisis, we get. I never actually finished reading Final Crisis, so I'm kind of looking forward to us actually reading it.
See if you say that when Batman shoots Darkseid. All right.
Okay.
No, it's not bad. It's trippy Grant Morrison's.
hmm
Oh, Final Crisis #1, July 2008. So
Oh, so yeah. Okay, so it is coming. Yep.
yes. Like I say, it's not bad. It's just trippy Grant Morrison. I believe, yeah, that's at the end of that series. That's how Batman gets thrown through time. Is missing and thrown through time.
During Blackest Night. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Darkseid was cooking up Batman clones, so of course he, Superman finds a Batman clone and even checks it out with his microscopic vision, like, oh yeah, this is Batman. He's dead.
Except he's not.
No, but no one knew that. And then everyone just ran to Dick Grayson. You have to be Batman.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Because he doesn't want to be Batman. Sorry.
exactly. But it's like, oh, the criminals aren't afraid of anyone but Batman.
Batman, my favorite character.
Well, and coming up in the next arc, the mystery of the Star Sapphire.
Yeah.
We get, of course, Carol. We get Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Tom shows up, which is cool. Well, we haven't seen him in a while. We also get, I think, the first look.
I was gonna say I haven't done my reread yet.
I went ahead and read it because it's in this collection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I read it for that.
I'm excited to read all this upcoming stuff because it's been a few years since I read any of this. So
We get this double page spread
oh yeah.
from the Zamarans.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what all those colors could be, Phil. Do you have any idea what those colors could be?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, so this sets up the Sinestro Corps War with Sinestro sending out the rings, right? The next 3 issues are Mysteries of the Star Sapphire. That's 18, 19, and 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that,
I mean, I know after that we're gonna do 2 weeks of Green Lantern Corps, but I mean, then it's right in the Sinestro Corps War.
oh yeah, and then we're barely. Then we've got Sinestro Corps War for at least 4 issues, I think, of Green Lantern. Or is it more?
That's hold on, let me look at the schedule. That sounds about right because well, yeah, it crossed over between the regular book, Green Lantern Corps, and then you have those one shots. Yeah, from 21 to Green Lantern 21 to 25, of course.
Yeah.
So 5 issues of the regular Green Lantern book.
Probably 5 of Green Lantern Corps.
Goes Green Lantern Corps 14 to 14 to 19. Yeah, so that's 5 issues there. And like I said, then you get all those one shots.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it's a short little arc And then we get Secret Origin, which I think is like 6 issues, like
Mm,
30 or 31 through 36.
it's like what I have here is right. It's like 29 to 35.
5. Okay,
I mean, it's long enough. I split it into 2 episodes, so yeah.
gotcha. But then, boom! After that, we start going to every one of the cores at that point. We get, Rage of the Red Lanterns. We get Agent Orange.
Mm-hmm.
We get the Blue Lanterns. We get the Indigo Tribe. We get Sins of the Star Sapphire. I think is a Green Lantern Corps arc, isn't it?
Might be.
I think it is. So from here on out, we're dealing with the emotional spectrum. We're dealing with the cores, the different cores. So everything gets stepped up a notch at this point. So it's cool stuff. What happens after Sinestro Corps, but before Secret Origin? It'd be like 26, 27, 28.
I got Green Lantern Corps. Well, we're gonna do some random Brave and the Bold issues,
Yeah.
but then Green Lantern Corps 20 through 22. That must be an arc. Green Lantern Corps 23 through 26, and then what's Green Lantern 20? There's 26 through 28 must be an arc before Secret Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a 3-issue arc. Must be before Secret Origin.
Let's see.
What is that? 2000. Here we go. It is. Oh, the Alpha Lanterns.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's and we get to see crap, what's her name? She was one of the lanterns before pre-Emerald Twilight, right? That Hal recruited. She becomes an Alpha Lantern.
Oh yeah. Looking.
Boudica.
Yes.
Boudica.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a bunch of them. I'm looking at the. There's there's a lot of old ones there.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh yeah, it looks like Chasselon, Green Man. Yep. Interesting. Cool. I am really looking forward to. I'm having a blast rereading these. These are awesome.
Oh no, that's what I said. It's been a few years since I read any of this, so
Yeah, me too.
a lot of it, I only remember like half of it, if that. So
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously reread Rebirth several times since it originally came out, but these issues I don't know that I've actually revisited, since originally reading them back in the day. So it's cool, and they're holding up, at least in my
Oh,
opinion.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, except Infinite Crisis, but whatever.
again, it's so weird. Like all these big crises, it seems like Green Lanterns are almost like secondary characters in all these,
Mm-hmm. Until Sinestro Corps War and then Blackest Night.
Well, yeah, but I mean, those are very Lantern centric
Yeah.
crossovers. But I mean, like Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yeah.
all well, except for 0 Hour, but someone set that
Yeah.
whole thing in motion.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Okay.
But yeah, like the original Crisis, Infinite Crisis. I mean, all it just seems like it's like, oh yeah, there's a lantern here in the background. Yeah.
Do they play much of a role in Final Crisis? I mean, I guess we're gonna see, but I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember again. Like, I can't remember. We'll have to discover this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Awesome.
I was gonna say I'm looking at the schedule. I think I have some of the Final Crisis crossovers, but I don't have the series down here as an. So I was gonna say, I mean, if we push like some maybe 2 episodes back, again, we're gonna save 150 for something that big, but
yeah,
maybe we'll wait till January, the first week of January, to actually like launch Blackest Night and then just go straight through it instead of taking the break.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. I mean, Final Crisis is, I mean, I remember it being a big deal, but I don't remember it. So I guess we should call it not so Final Crisis. I mean, whatever.
The other thing I really remember about Lantern wise though, like I think is an issue. Yeah, I think it's like issue 1 at some point. I can't even remember which one, but I think one of the new gods is like murdered or something, and like a bunch of people show up to like do like, crime scene investigation, and I think Hal's there using the ring to like try to piece stuff together and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do get Final Crisis: Rage of the Red Lanterns #1.
Yes,
which
that's
is
on the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have an episode with that, and then Green Lanterns 36 through 38. So those might be. I wonder if this might be tie-ins.
Yeah, it could be. Very cool. Yeah.
All right.
Good issues this week. Really good issues this week.
Oh yeah, and I again I haven't done the reread yet, but I assume next week's going to be even that as good because yeah, like we said, Green Lantern 18 through 20, Mystery of the Star Sapphire. And then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern Corps 7 through 9. In 3 weeks, Green Lantern Corps 10 through 13. And then, kids, you know what we're going to be doing for a whole month?
The Sinestro Corps War. And spoilers, he wins.
Why do you think they call it Sinestro Corps War? History is written by the winners, Will.
That's right. Good point. Good point.
All right. Anything else?
I think we're good.
That's why history records about that bastard Hal Jordan.
Man, he was always not right. I mean, come on. That's why, yeah.
This disorderly womanizer Hal Jordan.
That's right.
Didn't worship order. All right, kids. Send us your thoughts on all that upcoming stuff. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. Please subscribe. Again, you're getting Lilith Hellfire drunken rants on Heroes Reborn from the 90s, so that's worth it. Oh, she's on vacation in September. We'll have to figure out something to do for September.
That's right.
All right. And again, kids, Electric Mullet starting soon. The Superman podcast. Me, Tyler, and Justin. We're gonna start, and we're gonna go in order like we do in this podcast. We're gonna start with John Byrne's Man of Steel from 1986, and go from there. So
nice. And like I said before, Electric Mullet is the perfect title. So you have the perfect title for that podcast.
If you see Electric Mullet and you see Superman, you know what era it's gonna be.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt.
All right. So find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right. Mr. Will Allred, Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of Kickstarter, Master of Podcasting, the man who has every adventure of Hal Jordan in multiple forms. Where can people get it?
Not quite all of them. I wish I did. But okay, you can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other social media that I probably forgot I set up. If you'd like to check out my comics work, I write a book called Crossover Division, and you can check that out at crossoverdivision.com. The hardcover should be going to the printer really soon, and which collects the first 4 issues. And then we'll be launching, once that's delivered, we'll be launching number 5 in a few months. So check it out. If you'd also like, you can also check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And Phil, thank you, Phil, is not the only podcaster that I annoy on a weekly basis. I hang out with writer Kevin Joseph of Tart, and every week we bring on Kickstarter or crowdfunding comics creators and try to bring some eyeballs to their ongoing projects. So check it out. It's called Explain Yourself. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're here hanging out with us. And that means you probably love Quasar. And if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other
Phil
day.
seems to be spinning right now.
Whoa,
I
can you
don't
see
know.
me?
Can you hear me, Phil?
Yeah, I can
Am I
hear you.
frozen?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I don't know.
I can hear you, sir. All right. I'm gonna play.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
You know, I heard you fine the whole time, so I don't know. It might be
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah. No, I heard you. You're like Phil spinning. No, I
I
heard
think
you.
it must be on my end. Probably need to reboot this system.
Maybe. Yeah. It's annoying. Sometimes you have to. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here before we lose him entirely.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Yes. Next episode, Mystery of the Star Sapphire. And then 2 weeks of Green Lantern Corps, and then a little event called the Sinestro War.
That little thing? What is that about?
So, what did we learn this week, kids? Well, Hal Jordan started an international incident.
All because he wouldn't wear the ring.
That's right. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, you don't have it so bad. You think you got daddy issues? Nothing. Good night.